In this video, I'm going to cover collections. So real quick, collections are a powerful way to organize information, and they work really well alongside search and chat. So to get to collections, you'll just go ahead and click on the fifth icon from the left, which is going to be collections in the left-hand menu. And then when you do that, you will be landed on the collections page. So to kind of give you an overview of what collections is, think of them as curated knowledge bases that let you link documents together, web pages, as well as different source materials from your data, such as like a Notion note links or Confluence links pages, or any other sources you want, and organize them specifically around a specific topic or a project. So as you can see on my screen, you will notice that there's several collections around different topics. For example, there's standard operating procedures for engineering, there's standard operating procedures for growth and marketing. We even have a collection on product and features, engineering processes, so on and so forth. Now, what's unique is they look like folders, but they're just much more powerful because the content can come from anywhere. But the beauty is, once you put those content into the collection, the entire collection becomes queryable with an edge. You can ask it questions, you can make it accessible to everyone, anyone on your team can, and anyone on your team can do the same too. Like some of the use cases that we have seen is you can create a collection around onboarding, or you can create a collection for HR, for example, right here. In fact, let me open up the HR collection here. When you open up a collection, you will notice all the contents within there. You can have as many contents as you want. And there's a variety of things that you can do with these contents. What I mean by that is, if you click on the top right, these are the three ways you can add content to any collection. You can add a link. So when you click on it, you just need to pull the URL link. Then you'll give the specific collection a title. And then there's this to be verified section. And then description. And description is pretty straightforward. Let me quickly take a moment to explain what this to be verified is. So with collections, you have authority to verify or deprecate sources and answers, right? And this is what makes collections truly curated knowledge base, because you want verified information to be present within these collections, so that if someone's looking or searching for something, you want them to make sure they're getting the accurate, up-to-date answer rather than any stale, outdated information. So as you're adding in pieces of information here, you can either assign yourself or assign it to someone else to make sure they go ahead and verify the information that is being added within that collection. Now, when you're searching for this information, whether you're using search or chat, you can then, or Edge will then rank or use that verification as a ranking method to make sure that answer is shown above the rest. So it's really helpful for like creating verified content around HR or any onboarding process, because rather than it being like an outdated holiday company holiday list, you can make sure, okay, 2026 holiday, that's going to be valid for the next year. So if anyone's trying to search in the entire company saying, do we have this day off, they are able to now see that answer immediately and know that it's a verified answer rather than, oh, maybe it's just a guess. So that's the verification. Now the second part, or the second way you can add information to a collection, is by creating a card. Think of these as your short, snappy information card. The title itself can be one piece of the information, and then the content within it can be one. And what I mean by that is you can give the title as Wi-Fi password. And within the description, you can just have the Wi-Fi password be, you can either write out the password or say Wi-Fi name and password name, or password, whichever way you want to do it. But information cards allow you to now just like post information, like such as like Wi-Fi passwords or account passwords, anything that's simple and does not require a URL link or any uploading of files. You can use a card to create that. Now, add a file is pretty self-explanatory. You just give it the title, description, and then upload any document from your computer into that particular folder for collection, and then now it can be either searchable across everyone or to a specific team. So that's essentially how you create all of this materials within a collection. Now, what I wanted to show you, one thing is, if you hover over any collection, you can also set visibility, as I mentioned earlier. So if you set a collection to all, then anyone in that in your organization can see that collection file, which then they can use to query on. If you have a collection folder and you want to create a collection folder for your purpose of just keeping things together, you can now create one and then keep it secure to either yourself or team. It's pretty easy to create a collection. You just go on the top right, click new, create new collection. You give it a title, description, any tags associated with it, like hashtag product, hashtag anything that you want over there for labeling purposes, and then share with. Again, you can just start off as only me, and then over time push it to a specific team or all. This is editable at any point once you create a collection. Once you choose one and then hit save and then fill out the information, you're able to create a folder. Then you'll have that one folder created, and then once you go into the folder, you can add whether it's a URL link or a info card, or upload files to those. So that's creating and using collections. Now let me show you how you can actually query some of these collections. So we'll go to chat, for example, and I'm going to go ahead and select a collection of the HR Bible that my colleague put together. And let's say I had a question around what is a paternity leave policy. Rather than now going to my HR manager or anyone in the company and asking, hey, what is a paternity leave, or even slacking, we use Slack, so even slacking them in message, rather than doing any of those, I can just come to Edge and just ask Edge. And now that I chose that collection, Edge is narrowing its search when it comes to generating the answer to that specific collection, and it is now able to give me exactly the answer that I'm looking for, which resides within that particular collection itself. Now, one use case for this is for onboarding. If you create a collection which has a lot of materials for onboarding, whether it's like HR materials or like equipment or IT related information, onboarding becomes much faster, because now rather than that person looking around or like waiting on people to be free to answer his or her question, they can just use Edge to go ahead and get those answers that they're looking for. Okay, so just wanted to quickly show you guys how to verify and deprecate answers or any of the collection assets. So when you open up a collection that's been created by you, and if you are the verifier, you can just click on any of this information and then go ahead and click on verify or deprecate. Now if I say verify, and then it's going to give me a verification reminder. So basically what this lets you do is it creates a reminder for you to now go back and review the information that you just verified to make sure it's still valid. So this is another check that we added in within Edge to make sure all information which is inside a collection is always up to date. And if it isn't, that is fine. Edge will automatically lower its, or it will remove the verification after a certain time period. And it will also send a notification once the verification is removed, saying, hey, this asset has now exceeded its whatever time frame you set, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, you should now re-verify or make sure you update that information. So if I select 6 months and hit done, you will notice that now you will see the little green check mark as this is verified. Again, if you want to deprecate an answer, it's almost the same way. Now, if you have a collection, for example, like the HR Bible, and I wanted this to be verified by someone who, like the person, whoever is the verified owner or verification owner, you just simply go over under the 2 dots and then click request to verify. Once you click on that, you can now see that the person who is supposed to be the source of the single source of truth will get that notification when you hit send request. So just quickly wanted to make sure we covered this, how to verify and how to send a request for verification.